Hey guys, it's your random Spidey fan here, back again with another video. And today, like I promised, and you can tell by the title, I'm reviewing the Marvel Legends 5-pack that came out on January. So, let's just have the figures displayed here real quick. Alright, so here they all are. You guys already know. Going with accessories, articulation, and then details. Wait a minute. I think I got it upside down. I think it's the articulation first, yeah. So let's start off with Razorback. This is actually a villain from the Spider-Man comics, if he's even from there, that I don't know of. But obviously, he uses one of the big bodies Hasbro's been using a lot. He's got double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, arms move back and forth. They do go up and down as well. He's got a bicep swivel. His hand turns as well, and it goes up and down as well. There's not really much to say on this guy because he's just basic. Apart from the big old head. Let me just get my camera up so you can see it. Apart from just a big head, there's not really much else to him. His head, like, since it's big and it's like plastic, it's not like they could have used something like fur or something, but that would have been too difficult. So I decided to just to go with a sculpt instead. But apart from that, yeah, he can't move his head that much. He can barely move up and down. But this is meant to be like a towering figure, so he's not really supposed to be looking up that much. But yeah, this guy's pretty basic articulation. Yeah, thigh swivel as well. You turn at the waist. And he's got a diaphragm. He goes back and forth this far. It goes down this far. It's pretty good articulation so far. Let's see. Oh yeah, the feet move up and down. He does have a ankle pivot as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it on Razorback. He's not really a villain I've known about like at all until this came out. So I'm not really too sure what he's based on. If anybody knows, you can let me know in the comments. I do appreciate the commentary, please. Like, if there's anything I need to work on in future videos, please let me know. I do appreciate it. I always read the comments and everything. But yeah, I guess what we'll do, since it's 5 figures in one review, I guess we'll go with the articulation and then the details. I think I should have specified that earlier. Articulation first, then the details on the figure. But yeah, for details, there's not much going on. He's got the belt with the pouches and everything. He's got the belt with pouches and everything, but that's pretty much it. Boots. Oh yeah. His feet do turn. I guess like I said, this is a calf joint. Since it's in the calf area of the leg, they do turn. So these turn. But yeah, details far-wise, boots are detailed. They got the wrinkles, the effects, and everything. Soles as well. Now what I do wish that Hasbro did was kind of like do something about this ring. I know it's like difficult to do that. You're not supposed to take his hands off because obviously he doesn't come with anything. But yeah, this little ring kind of just bothers me. I wish they could have done something about that, but who knows? So yeah, there's really all that you can say on Razorback. Let's move on to Flyman. So Flyman, if you guys didn't know, I have known about him. He is a villain that I have known for a bit. And I usually think about that much. When I saw him, I'm like, oh, so they got this guy in here too. It's a weird choice, but hey. So Flyman, he's in an old body. I've seen this body before. I think when I went to my local GameStop, they had a Vision figure, a classic Vision, the all white Vision, and he was on this body. So I'm guessing they reused the body a lot. And so starting off, this is basic. Once his head moves side to side, up. He goes up. He doesn't go up that far, but he goes down pretty far. Now, since this is an old body, oh, I hate it when I do that with my tripod. Since this is an old body, yeah, you can hear that. The arms go up and down like this. They do move back and forth as well. Obviously, it's hindered because of this. They move back and forth. He's got double jointed, pinned. Yeah, I say pinned because, you know, this is an old body if it has pins. Double jointed elbows. Bicep swivel. Same thing with the hands. They go up and down. Go side to side as well. So now, the legs as well. Oh wait, first, let's go with diaphragm. He can go up this far. He can go down pretty far. Like, that's pretty. So now, the only flaws I am seeing is that you can see inside the figure. Which I wish something Hasbro would have thought of. But this is an old body. And since it is old, it probably has its flaws. And they probably decided, we won't fix that because they probably won't have him extremely posed. But you can see inside, and I'm guessing that's just Hasbro being a bit lazy. But, yeah, he also goes on the waist. Waist swivel. The thighs. He's got double jointed knees. He's got a thigh swivel as well. His calf joint does move side to side as well. His feet do go forward, and they go up, and they do got an ankle pivot as well. I hate how my camera was not focused during that entire time. But yeah, now, one thing I can say is that Flyman was like a weird choice. Like, we don't see him often, or almost at all. We don't see him often. I mean, there's the details on his costume. Now, excuse me. His costume's pretty basic, you know. But his eyes, if you can see that, if my camera can focus, let's see. Can my camera focus? It's not focusing, but if you can see reflected on the light, his eyes are detailed like the way a fly sees. Because flies, their eyes, they got like these little mini squares or hexagons on their eyes. So they did detail that, which is pretty cool. I mean, flies are generally like that. What I wish they didn't do was have him in a screaming. He's permanently just screaming. Like, I don't think he needs to do all that. I think if you more just had him like angry, that would have worked fine. But screaming is like weird. Why have him screaming for? What is he screaming about? Is he screaming in pain? Anger? Who knows? But yeah. Also, the back, it's pretty basic. The wings, they look pretty cool. I mean, they're pretty detailed and all. But this is pretty basic detailing as well. He's got a little bit of a paint splotch, but that's on the back of the head, so I don't mind that at all. Yeah, and this piece, it's attachable, but I won't need to detach it because why would I need to detach the back piece that allows him to have his fly wings? So pretty much that's about it on Flyman. Nothing much else to it, although he does at least have some accessories, which would be his fists. But apart from that, yeah, he doesn't have anything much else going on for him as well. Oh yeah, just a little bit of comic book know-how. Stan Lee originally wanted to do a fly-based superhero when he saw a fly crawling on his wall, so he said Flyman. But then later on, he changed his mind to Spider-Man. So yeah, that's kind of how we got our favorite spider superhero. Now, I know y'all want to see him, but let's go through the villains first, and then we'll go through Ultimate Black Suit. So Molten Man, he actually got a bit of good treatment. I say a bit because what he has is not a lot, but at least it's something. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but this back fire piece is removable. It stays on, but like, yeah, it's just loose. So obviously you wouldn't have him flying because Molten Man can't like fly or anything. Let me get my camera down a little bit. So yeah, Molten Man, like, he can't fly or do anything special like that. He just throws fire, but if you touch him, he burns you because he's literally like heated up metal. Well, his body's like heated up metal. And I think you can already tell. He's using the Sunfire body. Oh, I had a bit of a voice crack there. Sorry. Yeah, he's using the Sunfire body. And the reason I recognize this is the Sunfire body is because my Cyborg Spider-Man also has this body. Let me see if I can get him. Let me go fetch him real quick. Alright, so here I have Cyborg Spider-Man, and you can clearly tell it is. It might be hard because Cyborg Spider-Man has all those details on his suit, obviously. But yes, it is the same body. You can tell because one, standing around the same height. They got the same feet, same thigh modeling. How I recognized it was the chest area. The chest area is what lets you know, oh, wait a minute, this is on the same body. And also, the butterfly joints aren't the same way, as you can see. But yeah, it's a reused body as well. Technically, I think all of these are reuses. Wait a minute. Yeah, they are. Yeah, so mainly all the figures in here have reused bodies to save up on cost because Hasbro right now. But yeah, so Molten Man, same articulation, the usual butterfly joints. They do go back and forth pretty far, but if you're gonna have him like this, his fire piece might come off more often. His hand, for some reason, his finger is too separate. That's how mine just came. I could use a hair dryer to heat it up and then put it like in an actual good place, but I'm too lazy for that right now. So let's get this fire piece out. His head, side to side, the usual. Up, down. Butterfly joints, they do go forward this much, they go backwards this much. His shoulders do move up and down. He's got double jointed elbows. His hand does turn. and goes up and down. The only reason why this one won't turn up is because obviously the fire on this set of hands is sculpted. The fire is sculpted on these, so obviously it wouldn't go up that much. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you can also tell this is on the same body as I showed you in the Cyborg Spider-Man because of this hole in the back. This random hole in the back. I don't know why it's there. I don't know why Hasbro decided to do that. But yeah, that was a terrible design. So it's just to have a random hole in the back. Like, why do you need that? He doesn't come with anything for his back. His waist, let's turn side to side. Spice, his diaphragm goes up and down this far, down this far. Pretty basic. His thigh swivel, his legs go up and down. They go back this far. They go up pretty far. Double jointed knees. Calf joint moves side to side. Feet up and down. And ankle pivot, sorry. Had a bit of a brain moment there. But yeah, not really nothing special on Molten Man in terms of details. The main details would be like what he comes with. So for Molten Man, he comes with two pairs of hands, one without the fire and one that's just two fists. Terrible design choice. And I don't know why they decided to make one of the fist hands have the fire molded onto it. Like, why not just have both of these be open hands? Why not? But oh well. Yeah, so he comes with two fist hands as well. And he comes with an effect that is going to be reused for quite a while. This effect to represent his flame effect. You recognize this? That was on the same thing as the Multiverse of Madness Scarlet Witch. It's the same effect. It's the same. There's not really nothing much else to it. And also he just comes with his backfire piece, which is nothing special. So let me just get him with some few accessories to have him displayed a little bit better. Alright, now let's move on to Silvermane. So, Silvermane, as you can clearly tell, he's fully detailed and all that. And if you can also tell, this is a reuse. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up the Ultimate Beetle figure. Ultimate Beetle uses this exact same body. Even though Ultimate Beetle was released, I believe it was around 2013, 2014, maybe 2015. I do remember he came with the, I believe it was Ultimate Green Goblin Build-A-Figure. I'm not entirely sure. It's been a while, but yeah, I do remember him being part of the wave. He came with, he was with the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man, Shazam 2 Electro, Superior, who else? I know there was some other figures in that wave. Unless, of course, I'm thinking of the wrong wave. But then again, that's why I have you guys in the comments to correct me. So, Silvermane, yeah, he's pretty basic. Shoulders go up and down. They move back and forth. He's got a bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. His hand goes up and down, side to side. And this one's not pinless. I mean, wait a minute. Let me rephrase that. This one is pinless, And I guess the Ultimate Beetle body already came like that, if I'm not entirely sure. But I guess it is. So this is the only one in the entire 5-pack that doesn't have any pins on it. Oh no, yeah. It does on the legs, but we'll get to that in a second. We'll get to the legs in a second. Yeah. Waist, swivel, diaphragm, goes up. He goes back not that far. And he goes down this far. His head obviously turns side to side. It goes down. It goes up. He can look up pretty far, actually, which is surprisingly. Well, it's surprising. I don't know why I had to say surprisingly. Now I'm just making mistakes in my speaking. I apologize for that. His legs, his thighs swivel. Does move side to side. The usual double jointed knees. No calf joint. You can clearly tell. His feet do go up and down. But that's pretty much it in terms of articulation. And for accessories, he comes with gun gripping hands because it's Silvermane. He's an old mafia style villain. So, yeah, let's just look at the guns real quick. So the guns, we've seen them before, I believe. This is just a sort of, oh my lord, I hate it when I keep doing that. This is just a sort of, I guess you could say it's an automatic revolver, but it looks more like a shotgun than a revolver. Or look, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like we've seen this before as well. Pretty basic details on that. And then I think we've also seen this one too before. I'm not sure, unless they must be different. This is just a double-barreled pistol. Now, this wouldn't be weird if it wasn't for the fact that the way these guns are designed. Like, why have a cylinder based gun on something that shoots in a spread, and why is this one like a shotgun? What kind of revolver has 2 barrels? This is more like a shotgun. This is more of like a single shot, but I don't know. Design choices are a thing, so who knows. But yeah, he just comes with his gun gripping hands as well, and guns. Oh yeah, one more detail I forgot to go over is his face. So let's get a clear look at that mug. So Silvermane's face, obviously, since he's old, he's supposed to have like details. Now, I don't know if you can see, but obviously he has the wrinkles, but he does have like slight spots in his face. Because, you know, when people get old, their skin, it shows. I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, he has spots in his face. Like that one right there. This little one right here. Yeah, he has spots, detail. Look, it's an old dude. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. The first time I looked at it, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. He has spots in his face. Because he's old. I just thought that was pretty cool. The first time I saw it, like, huh. That's a good detail choice. Oh, and if you're wondering, yes, he can hold the big gun with both hands. I've already done that before. He can't hold them both. I just decided not to because it's better to have him look like he has an arsenal on hand in my display than just having a singular gun. Because at that point, he just looks like a guy with a gun with just a metal suit that's just harder to beat. Alright, and now, finally, we have the figure you've all been waiting for. Ultimate Black Suit Spider-Man. So now, this is a reuse as well. I mean, he is a teenager, so they had to reuse the teenage body. Excuse me. So articulation is well the same as any Spider-Man in the teenage body goes, like the ultimate red and blue suit. So first, yeah, let's talk about one thing first. If you can tell, the logo right there is painted, and you're probably wondering, why is it painted? Oh, same with the one on the left. I don't know if you can tell. That one's a little bit harder to spot. But yeah, the reason why it's painted is because when I got him, I've actually ordered this pack like twice, but I returned the first one. So the problem with the first one is that, of course, since the only figure I was looking forward to was Ultimate Black Suit, because Ultimate Comics Spider-Man is my favorite comic version. The first time his back logo was messed up. Oh, those are my dogs barking. Don't mind that. His back logo, like this, the legs were just like scraped, as if like somebody dropped him and it scraped on something sharp. Yeah, that was what was wrong with the first one. This is my second one, and this one, it just had slight mispaints. The slight ones were the legs. However, it was a big splotch on the left side and not much on the right side. The right side was just like a slight splotch of paint that was missed, that wasn't painted. But the left one, it was a big splotch. It almost cut off the third leg. It almost cut it off. But hey, just like 2 days ago, I decided I don't want my figure to look like this when I review it. So I decided to paint it. And oh boy, did it take me a while. Because I went to a Home Depot. They didn't have any small paint containers. So I went to Lowe's. And then I realized this is going to take me a while, because trying to find the exact paint color is really difficult. And I'm glad that I managed to find the correct one. I mean, sure, it looks slightly bit out of place, but that's very hard to notice. That's like really hard to notice. So, yeah, I fixed my figure. The back logo had a bit of a chipping on like this little area of the logo. You can see that, but that wasn't too much. But I still said, you know what, I'll fix it. So, since I couldn't find anybody to help me with it, I decided to fix it myself. And I pulled a Thanos and said, fine, I'll do it myself. So now, let's go over his articulation. The articulation on the teenage body is different than any other figure, because look at him. He's small. This is a teenager. This is a 15-year-old kid, because he was 15 when he got the black suit for the first time. 15. So, first, head moves side to side. He looks up pretty far. He looks down pretty far. He can kind of tilt his head. It's slight, somewhat slight, but it's there. So like he's looking slightly upwards. But that's okay. His arms, they do go back and forth. up and down. They do go up pretty far, and they can go down a bit inside, actually. If you have it with a bicep swivel combined. This is a pinned because this is the teenage body, a reuse on the teenage body. That the only other teenage body I can recall is obviously the ultimate red and blue. My dog is still barking. That's my little dog. She usually barks a lot at nothing. He's got double jointed elbows with pins, but this is painted over because he's only two colors. His hands do move side to side. They go up, forward, and back. Diaphragm, he goes forward. He crunches forward this far. He crunches backwards this far. Ouch. He crunches that far back. He can kind of stand up well too. The logo is obviously a little bit misaligned because Hasbro. You already know. I could edit that, but this might, like, trying to find the right color of purple might actually take me a bit more time than it took me to find the white. Oh. There goes my other dog. Yeah, I could edit this as well, but I can work with that just fine as long as the legs don't look mispainted. But yeah, diaphragm, he can crunch pretty far both ways. Does have a waist swivel. I gotta be careful because I think the paint, it still needs to rub. It still needs to dry properly because when I let it dry the first time, it rubbed off pretty easily. Yeah, so his waist, he can turn side to side. His thighs, he's got a thigh swivel. His legs can go back this far. He can go forward. His legs can kick up really far. He's got double jointed knees, the usual. A calf joint. His feet do go up this far. They go down pretty far. So, a little bit of a story here. When I first got him, I realized that the joint on the leg was pretty darn tight. I had to force it. I didn't want to, but I have no hair dryer. So, I had to force it. I had to force the leg up, and I was like really scared that I was going to break it. Luckily, I didn't. And I managed to get his foot all the way up. Let's look at the details. So, obviously, there's not much to say on Ultimate Black Suit as well. But his eyes, they're pretty big. Because that's typical Ultimate Spider-Man. His logo. Like I said, I had to fix this logo. So I am proud of the little bit of work that I had to put on it. I do like it. Looks pretty cool. The logo, it's so nostalgic to me. Like the Ultimate Black Suit logo is pretty nostalgic to me. Especially because I played Shattered Dimensions as a kid. If you don't know what that game is, look it up. And if you do know, props to you. You're an OG Spider-Man fan. Yeah, logo's pretty cool. I think you can see, like, somewhat. Let me see. That little bit of white that goes over the main part. But that's hardly noticeable, even from afar. I mean, even from up close, it's still pretty noticeable. I mean, not that noticeable. Oh my lord, I'm speaking backwards. Anyway, Ultimate Black Suit, nostalgic. Not much to say. Apart from the fact that he also comes with, so it'll be 2 pairs of hands. Opened and or wall crawling hands. And of course, how could we forget the thwippers? Alright, and to end things off, I actually went above and beyond and gave you guys a dynamic posing, is that's what you want to call it, or a dynamic scene, sort of recreating the front cover of the box when it arrives. Something similar to that, except it's more of Spider-Man swinging away and letting the villains follow him. I'll admit it's pretty cool, and you're probably wondering what this is. That is my own custom webline. Yes, I make my own custom weblines now. Since I haven't posted about it, I didn't make a post about it or anything. But yeah, here we have a little bit of a dynamic pose with Spider-Man swinging away. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to discuss was that he doesn't have the white squares on his hands, because if you read the Ultimate comics, you know, his version of the symbiote suit is created because of his father's DNA, so that means it's part him, and also, yeah, he doesn't have that little white square detail on his hands in the Ultimate Universe. But still, looks pretty cool. I have to zoom out completely, because if I zoom in at one time, it's gonna look like this. Keep it at 0.5%, 0.5 times zoom. Yeah, still think looks pretty cool. And if you guys, actually, wait a minute. This is the part where I discuss. So let's discuss real quick. Next review is going to be a special one. It's going to be an import figure that I've already had for quite a while now. It came out a few months ago. I'm not going to say which one it is, because this one's going to be a surprise. I have another import figure I also have to review as well. I have a Diamond Select that I've been having for years. What else? I have this Marvel Legends that is old, but it's special to me because of nostalgia's sake. And yeah, I guess that's going to be a few reviews coming this way. I still have the No Way Home Integrated Suit Spider-Man pre-ordered, and the Amazing Spider-Man pre-ordered from SH Figuarts. So yeah, they're on their way as well. What else? Nothing new apart from Ultimate Invasion being a comic book event that has been revealed, and maybe we're seeing the return of the Ultimate Universe. So in that comic book event, and if Spider-Man comes back like Ultimate Peter Parker Spider-Man, because we know in the original Ultimate Universe he was killed off. He was killed. He came back, and he had that I rode off into the sunset, I ran away with Mary Jane. He ran away with Mary Jane, and we never saw him again. So that's kind of what happened. And if he does come back, that'll be a very big comeback in comic book history, because that version of Spider-Man has grown on people. People really like that version, and if he comes back, people are going to freak out like, Ultimate Peter Parker's officially back as Spider-Man to reprise his role as Spider-Man. So yeah, that's about really all I have to discuss. I was planning on posting this video a few days ago. I got real busy on my day off, and I couldn't make the time to post it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and if you made it to this close to 40-minute video, I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay swinging, webheads.